When Pixar's fantasy adventure film Luca splashed its way last 2021, a lot of Disney fans were enamored by its captivating coming-of-age storyline about one young sea monster's unforgettable summer along with his two friends. But recently, news came out about that a certain character in Disney-Pixar's Luca was supposed to be gay, which became a hot topic on different platforms. Who might this character be? And why didn't the company push through with this backstory? Find out more in today's video. First up, a certain character on Luca was supposed to be queer in the film. Recently, it's come to light that a certain character from Disney-Pixar's Luca is supposed to be part of the LGBTQ community, but this fact never made it to the big screen. If you look at Luca and Alberto's friendship, there's a probability that these two's relationship will blossom into something more romantic as they get older, but it turns out neither of the two wasn't the character in question. Instead, it was their human friend Julia, who was voiced by Emma Berman, that's supposed to be explicitly queer according to a recent report shared by Variety. Two unnamed sources from the company revealed this shocking info, wherein there was discussion on whether Julia's sexuality was going to be portrayed, but in the end they opted not to include it since they didn't find a way to show it without giving her a love interest. In case you haven't seen the film yet, it tells the story of a young Italian sea monster named Luca, voiced by Jason Tremblay, who runs away from the sea into the human world along with his best friend Alberto, Jack Dylan Grazer. Despite his elders and parents warning him of the troubles on the surface, especially involving humans, the movie deals with several themes, such as finding oneself in the midst of running away from home, while also tackling the struggles teenagers face as they figure out their identity in a harsh society. Sounds familiar? Yes, these are the common struggles young members of the LGBTQ community face, which is why the film resonates with them on a personal level. Another thing they found endearing in the movie is Luca and Alberto's friendship, and there's no denying the great chemistry between them, yet Enrico Casarosa, the film's director, chose to focus on the movie being about a pre-romance part of many young people's lives. In an interview with Outback in 2021, Casarosa stated that he specifically wanted the Luca movie to be a little bit pre-romance, since it was his topic of interest at the time, emphasizing the time in one's life when we're not too focused on thinking about romantic relationships, but rather focus on our friends. You may be wondering what instigated this news about a character in Luca who was supposed to be gay, but it came in light of the Walt Disney Company getting called out by the LGBTQ community after the company funded and supported several legislators in Florida who support the Don't Say Gay bill in the said state. Next, Disney calls for a town hall-style meeting over Don't Say Gay controversy. With Disney being dragged by fans and members of the LGBTQ community, it didn't take long for them to do damage control, which we believe is the reason why they called for a town hall-style meeting last week. The meeting held last March 21st included several executives and employees who voiced their frustration over the company not taking more forceful action against the Don't Say Gay bill, which was passed by the Senate earlier this March. It even came to a point wherein several employees reached out to Disney's former CEO Bob Iger to vent their frustrations. Disney executives also called for a forum that is part of a new campaign called Reimagine Tomorrow, which will fulfill their commitment to inclusion and diversity. In addition to this, the company will also discuss how the bill will affect the employees' families in Florida, since the Don't Say Gay bill will prohibit teachers from mentioning subjects that tackle gender identity and sexual orientation with students until they reach 4th grade, reported by Bloomberg. Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to sign the bill into law and defended it, saying it's meant to ensure that no sexual instruction is being taught to kids and that it's not meant as discrimination against the community. On the other hand, Carrie Burke, president of Disney's General Entertainment Content, proclaimed that the company will expand its content to diversify and become more inclusive, vowing to increase the inclusivity in its production. Burke expressed this statement in a company-wide Zoom call held last March 30th, which was later posted on Twitter, where she promised that at least 50% of Disney's characters will either be part of the queer community or racial minorities by the end of the year. In the Zoom call, Burke shared how she openly supported the queer community, having 2 queer children herself. She was shocked and dismayed upon hearing from a colleague that there are only a handful of queer lead characters in its content. We have many LGBTQIA characters in our stories, and yet we don't have enough leads and narratives in which gay characters just get to be characters and not have to be about gay stories, the Disney executive said. After the town hall-style meeting last March 21st, Disney denounced the newly signed Don't Say Gay law and promised to fight and repeal it in a statement released released last March 28. Our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts, and we remain committed to supporting the national and state organizations working to achieve that, Disney expressed in a statement published on March 28. Up next, inside sources revealed Disney censors same-sex affection in Pixar movies. The whole LGBTQ community issue was triggered by a series of events, the first of which is when Variety obtained info from the employees of the animation studio that allege several high-ranking officers from the company have demanded cuts from nearly every moment of overtly gay affection, regardless of when there's a protest from both the creative teams and executive leadership at Pixar. The shocking claim was part of a company-wide memo sent to every Disney employee from the CEO, Bob Chapek, in response to the Don't Say Gay bill. Chapek said in the memo that the biggest impact the company can make in making a more inclusive world is through inspiring content they produce, which is in contrast to what the employees experience in creating content with same-sex affection approved by the higher-ups. Looking at it more closely, the employees have a point, seeing there are but a few queer characters in the whole franchise, and most of them are side characters as well, never in the lead role. In the 2020 fantasy film Onward, there's a female Cyclops officer named Spectre who mentioned her sexuality in passing after revealing she has a girlfriend, yet the movie was banned in several countries like Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. Next, Disney's upcoming animated film Lightyear will restore the cut kiss scene after the company's recent issue. Thanks to the many fans and supporters of the LGBTQ community, Disney finally took a stand in the controversy and started to make changes. The most fruitful one so far is the restoration of a same-sex kiss scene that got cut in the upcoming Lightyear movie. Voicing the titular role of Buzz is Chris Evans, who will be sharing the starring role with Uzo Aduba's character Hawthorne, who is portrayed as someone proud to be in a relationship with another woman. Various reports claimed that the studio originally planned to include Hawthorne kissing her partner, but Disney made the decision to remove it. As a result, Disney executives faced backlashes from the public from their employees, wherein allies of Pixar animation studios voiced out that they've been constantly censoring overtly gay affection. This wasn't the first time Disney removed affectionate same-sex scenes, since they also did this in one of their popular animated series, Gravity Falls, was created by Alex Hirsch. Back in 2020, Hirsch revealed in a tweet that the company forbade him from including explicit LGBTQ content in the show. For years, employees have continuously voiced their interest to include members of the LGBTQ community in their storytelling, but almost always got shot down by the people in charge, that it even came to the point that they completely discard the queer elements, that the representation is largely toned down in the final cut. With the news of Lightyear reinstating the cut same-sex kiss scene, this marks a significant change for future films. Disney-Pixar still has a long way to go to keep up with queer community's inclusion, but it's still a major step if you compare it to previous years. Hopefully, this call to action brought by the supporters and allies of the queer community makes representation easier as the company strives to become more diverse in the inclusion of identities in animated films. For now, we're looking forward to seeing Buzz's origin story in Lightyear, which is scheduled to hit theaters on June 27th. And with that, we're wrapping up today's episode about the character in Luca who's supposed to be gay, as well as Disney's stand on the newly passed Don't Say Gay law. Do you think Disney should have done more to express support for the queer community? Let us know in the comment section below. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.